Greetings and welcome to MentorMe Memorable Moments. I'm your host, Tracy Everette.
And I'm your co-host, William Craig III.
And William,
yes,
we want to say hello to 150
and
nations.
all of these 50 United States.
Yes, welcome back to MentorMe Memorable Moments. We appreciate you, and the numbers are growing and growing.
Yes, thank you so much for your support. It's great to see that you connect with our message because our message is just for you.
That's exactly right. And tonight's program is mental health. And Dr. Michelle is taking tonight off.
Okay.
But we have Felicia Jamison, and she has called into the studio. She's got a lot that she's going to be talking about, a time to heal. You know, she is our certified healing coach.
Yes.
So she's got some wonderful things to say, and we will not delay. So we're going to introduce you to Felicia Jamison. Are you there?
I am. Good evening.
Good evening.
How you feeling, girl?
I am wonderful, and I'm so excited about tonight, A Time to Heal. And I was thinking about how when we end every show, we say what? Be safe, be smart, be healthy.
Right.
And so we really want to share some things tonight with you to keep you safe and to keep you smart, to keep you wise so that you can be healthy mentally.
All right.
And a lot of times we need to change and we need to grow. We need to let go of some bad things that are unfruitful in our life. But we hang on to things because we're in denial and we think we're going to change things or change people when we really need to take a time out for ourselves to heal and really look at what we're doing. And we have a workshop that we did, and we're going to take you into some of those clips tonight and talk about, we were in Raleigh, North Carolina with Saving Our Women group, and it was so wonderful. I just thought it would be great to share it with our viewers tonight. So, Mike, can you take us into segment one?
I keep drawing the same people into my life.
So segment one is about...
And it's like I have to be careful because I'll be listening to people talk, and it's like I almost went, well, come here, let me. You know, like they talking, they're not talking to you, Felicia, you can't do that. But I heard a lady one day, she said, I always draw the clowns. I always draw clowns, she said. And then, you know, people are like, I always draw these men who are very sexual towards me. And what I want to tell people, and I'm not saying it to anybody because I don't really know everybody here, you know, and I don't know who's married, I don't know who's single, and I'm going to talk and go flow both ways. But when you keep drawing the same thing, the same people, there's a little bit of a clown in you. There's a little bit of a provocativeness in you. So if you keep drawing a clown, you need to get rid of the clown that's in you. If you keep drawing crazy, because there's a little bit of crazy in you. If you keep drawing abusive people, it's because there's something abusive in you that you have not resolved. If you are married and you keep having a conflict constantly with your spouse, it's because there's a conflict really inside of you. If you keep bumping heads all the time with your spouse, there's an unresolved issue inside of you. Because one of the most beautiful things about being married is being submitted. What is it that's going on?
So, Felicia.
Yes.
That was an interesting segment.
Well, I want to say right up front, I believe in humor. Sometimes you need a little bit of humor right before you're really getting ready to deal with something difficult in your life. Mm-hmm. So I hope people are not offended by the humor, because I want to say somebody out there somewhere right now know that you would a clown right now. They, you know, and I'm speaking to you out there, you know you're with a clown right now. And you gotta let it go. You gotta create new places, new boundaries, and be ready for that change. So as I was saying in that clip, when there's something inside of you, you know, we draw what's in us. Right. You know, the old saying of how birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
So when a person, whether that's a male or female, you keep drawing the same people, the same issues, then you have to look deep in yourself to say, you know, I need to let this go. Right. This has to stop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so that's the setup tonight, that we're saying to you, what is it that you keep attracting to your life that is unfruitful? Because when it's unfruitful, it's just not going to be beneficial. You're not going to feel fulfilled. You have an unfulfilled life because you have things and people around you that don't bring you joy. You know, you're not going to have joy from somebody that's a clown, or if you just keep getting in this promiscuous relationship, but there's no commitment, there's no covenant. Mm-hmm. You know, you're in a cycle, you're in that circle, and you need to come out of that.
So this sounds very much like the program you did early on toxic relationships and how to end those safely.
So exactly. So see, we've given them all those things. They can go back and review those. Mm-hmm. But now we're coming at you again to say, do you still have that toxic situation in your life? Are you still drawing those same type of people? Let them go, because your life is not going to advance with that.
Right.
So, Felicia, I hear you saying two things. First of all, that if you're number one, if you're unhappy, you got to realize just where you are and stop and call a spade, as the old saying goes. And that's the first piece. But then the second piece is ask yourself the question why, and then realize that there's something in you, there's something you're doing or not doing that is attracting
like a magnet.
the things, that the thing or the things that's not making you happy. And I believe there was a movie some years ago, I won't mention the name, about a group of women that were going through these toxic relationships. And at one point, the story came out that you're drawing to you the thing that you attract. Mm-hmm. You are attracting this type of behavior. So for our viewers today, I guess the two pieces is, number one, fess up to yourself. If you're not happy, you're not happy. And then number two, understand there's something going on inside of you that's contributing to why you're not being happy.
That's right. So you've spoken some more on some other topics too. I mean, we're looking forward to this.
So really, it's like the behavior, all of those things are like a message inside of you. And I'm going to touch on that some more, but I want to go to segment number 2.
Okay, so while Mike is queuing that segment up.
Because it's like you can decode these messages that are inside of you, but you have to admit to yourself that something is wrong.
Okay, we've got that segment ready.
Let's go.
What is it that's going on in my life? I want you to take that look within yourself. You know, whether you're married, whether you're single, what is it that stains your pillow at night with tears? What is it that when it happens, you become so nervous? So I told somebody, I will be the poster child for healing, but I was never going to be the poster child for abuse.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And that's a good tweet. I was never meant to be the poster child for abuse. I love that.
Yes.
Right.
Tweet that.
Right. And so you have to say, okay, what's inside of me? What are my experiences? But I'm going to decode all of this stuff inside of me, and it's time to stop crying. It's time to stop saying, well, I don't know why I feel like this. I don't know. No. It's just like when you decode something, it's a message. It's numbers or letters that have a secret message, but you've got to decode it so you know what it is. So once you start knowing what that thing is, what you're not going to do, then you can make clear paths for yourself to let go of these things that are not fruitful, that are not productive in your life. And in the book I wrote, Laying on Your Face, on page 18, I talk about it's time to stop crying. Because when you stop crying and when you stop being in denial, you can really look deep within yourself to say, what in the world is going on in my life? What's going on with me? But you gotta, and it's not the easiest thing to do, because when you take a deep look at that, it can be very painful.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because you have to admit some things.
It can be painful, and it can be even some shame with it. That you feel like, how in the world did I get myself in the middle of this mess? Or how did I get deceived like this? How did I end up connecting with a person like this?
But you know what, Felicia? It also makes you angry. So you're able to push through to success, because why did I let this happen?
Can I say that? Hopefully it makes you angry enough. But for some people, what I think I hear Felicia talking to also is the wallowing. That I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. It's like I feel stuck. Like why can I not get out of this? And there's hope, and everybody can change. You can definitely change that. And the next segment that I want to go into is number 4.
And I guess
abuse and I went through something on my job the other day, and it was extremely stressful, and I was trying to shake it, and I never have headaches, and I woke up with a pounding headache, and I actually texted my best friend Crystal, because I was like, I just want somebody to know in case something happened to me or something. That's how bad. I mean, I had never had a headache that bad, and I just calmed down, and I was like, you know what this is, and you know where it's coming from. Because like I said, I don't get headaches. And as soon as I acknowledged what it was, prayed about the issue that happened at work, it began to lift and totally gone. And so your body, you should not have all this tension in your shoulders. You know, we had another one of our friends, she was on Facebook. Y'all, why my left eye twitching? My eye twitching. What's wrong with my eye? You know, when you get that eye twitch, that's stress. And sometimes we're so used to masking what's happening inside of us, because I call it Christianese. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm the person, how you doing? Blessed and highly favored. You know, so we start giving you all of those Christian jingles to that we don't take the time to look to say, let me do an inventory and what's going on with me. What is it inside of me that needs to be healed? I knew that he'd get it.
Yes. We were talking about that eye twitch.
Right.
So many times.
So when you keep all this stuff cut down in you, there's that stress. There's the shoulder stress. And you know, it was really funny that this friend, she was actually on Facebook saying, guys, my eye twitching. My eye is twitching. We were like, stress? You know, unresolved things that you're not letting go. You know, last month we talked about having our spa days.
Right.
So that we could get away and enjoy ourselves and de-stress, decompress. And so, you know, you cannot go around in life with these things tucked down inside of you and your left eye twitching. You just got to start relaxing yourself. And even in that relaxation and in that quietness, that's where you can start to tap into your own heart your own mind, your own thoughts, to be true to yourself as to what's really going on in your life.
I think one of the things that we did at the beginning of that program in mental health last month was we started the program with breathing. And I've been practicing that since that program has run. And you are right. You do begin to hear what's going on inside of your body. You know, you begin to calm yourself, because the things that may have stressed me out before aren't making that kind of impact in my life today.
All right. That's wonderful.
Hey, I'm working on it.
And when you do that deep breathing technique, what it does is it sends a trigger to your brain, to your blood pressure, to your respirations, to all things within your body, to say, calm down, slow down, relax.
That's great.
That is
and it's in that relaxed place that we can begin to hear, and we get clarity. And we can clear out our mind, because when you don't do that, you do keep a lot of negative emotions and thoughts in your mind, and that's what we really are telling our viewers. We want you to get away from that.
Right.
And, you know, so it's just a good thing to clear out and to rest, so that you can hear what the heck is going on with me.
That's right.
Why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this way? Why am I still hanging around these crazy people?
Right.
Why am I still letting certain people into my life?
And it begs if you dissect the scriptures, why then in the 23rd Psalm does he lead me beside the still waters?
Hello.
Right. Good point.
If he's going to lead me somewhere, why is he going to lead me there?
And it's in that stillness that we hear God, and we know right now we have a lot of distressing things going on in the world. So even more important, we need to do those things to quiet ourselves, so that we can think properly and make good and wise choices. I think that last one was segment 3.
Yes. So
we
we're
want
going
to go to 4.
Yes, we want to go to 4.
I want to go to 4.
Yes.
Needs to be healed. I knew they would get it, because I never win. I never get anything. The pretty people get everything. The people with the long hair, they get everything. I never get it. That person has rehearsed that in their mind. That person has rehearsed that negativity about themselves. That person has made an attachment about hair or skin color or size or whatever. I ain't skinny, I ain't gonna never be skinny, and I'm all right with it. It's okay, it's so okay. And somebody said, I can't remember the exact, I can't even remember exactly what they said. And I told them, I said, I'm not even worried about that. I'm gonna be healthy. But no, I don't need to look like that. I said, if I could be real honest with you, I don't want to look like that. I like how I look. I'll be healthy, but I really like how I look. I like curviness. I think it's beautiful. It's how God made me. Shifting the gears.
All right,
Miss
girl.
Curvy.
All right.
Curvy over there.
So when you keep thinking the same thing over and over, if you say, I never win, that's negative. You can't say negative things over and over. You cannot make negative confessions over your life. And there's a thing called mental ruminations. And it means when you start to say the same thing so much that till when you're faced with a problem or a conflict, your mind just immediately goes into that mode. And it's like a learned behavior that you learn to not think well of yourself. You learn to not be hopeful and expect good for yourself. And you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself as you are, because God created you to be a unique being, and there's nobody else quite like you.
That's true.
So is that why the Bible says that the power of death and life is in the tongue?
That's right.
Exactly. So we need to life ourselves. We need to give life to our own circumstances by saying good things, believing good things, believing the best. And even when we lose something, we know what else the scripture says. All things work together for the good.
That's right.
So some things that you lose, it's for your good. It's like, thank God that's out of my life now. So, our hope is that somebody out there tonight is going to let go of some things and people that's holding them back, and they will eventually be able to say, thank God that clown is out of my life.
Okay.
And
It's coming.
And you got to speak it, because as you were talking, I liken that to what a hypnotist does. And so he constantly speaks things in such a way that it takes you to a certain state. And so when you're doing that to yourself, you're hypnotizing yourself to believe something that isn't true.
Right. And there was at one point, and we'll probably get to it tonight, where these thoughts come to your mind, and you have to know what the truth is and what's not true.
Right.
Exactly.
Because things that come to your mind that are not true, they are designed to crush you and to destroy you and to hinder you from your purpose. So that's why your mind is so powerful. What you let in it, people you let around, your environment, all of these things start to add up. The next segment I want to go into is number 5.
All right.
It's talking about relationships.
Okay.
Shifting the gears, society has said a lot to us about relationships. Society has said a lot to us about if you are alone, if you are single, if you are of a certain age and you don't have that significant other in your life. I encourage people, find out who you're going to be first. Let God designate your purpose over your life. Then see if that person is worthy of being beside you. You get to choose. You get to choose, and we think that we have to be in the hustle and we have to be desperate. And even when you're young, then when you become of a certain age, and over the 30, over the 40, you still get to choose. And that person needs to have purpose in your life. I can think of a few instances in my singleness where people have said, oh, did you see that new guy, this and that? Boy, he looked nice. A pair of nice slacks ain't got nothing to do with me. Crisp shirt, nice slacks, good looking tie. What's the purpose? If you don't have a purpose in my life, I don't really give you space doing a new thing.
That's true.
And the thing is, here's the mistake we make, because I have made it so many times early on in life, is that we misunderstand the purpose. Or we define the purpose based on whatever the need is at the time, as opposed to really spending time to understand what the true purpose or the God-ordained purpose is.
Right. Yes.
Wonderful. I couldn't have said it better, William. I mean, we really need to understand what true purpose is when we connect our lives to other people. And I think that many people end up connecting their life to someone that shouldn't be in their life because they're rushing. They don't know how to be patient. They don't know how to pray and really say, not my will, but thy will be done, God. That is a difficult thing for a lot of people. And when you realize that when you go into your will, a door can be, I always say, a door can be closed.
Right.
But if I push at it and press on it and jiggle that knob enough, I might open it.
So, some of us learn how to pick the lock.
Oh, Lord, that is true.
Oh, I love it. Right, exactly. So it's a closed door, and you done got your little bobby pin or something, or some kind of key, William, and you picking the lock. Like,
I'm going to get this door open.
But you know what, Felicia, it doesn't just relate to relationships as far as male, female, but it also relates to relationships for small business owners or business owners. You want to make sure you hire the right person.
You want to make sure you do business with the right people
that's
too.
True.
Huh?
That is true.
Yes.
Everybody's not my
So
customer.
when you have, and I say, trust the knot. When you have a knot in the pit of your stomach, it's there for a reason.
Yes.
You ever gotten around certain people, and it's like you don't know what, it's like you feel it. It's like you're like, I don't feel comfortable. You cannot dishonor that. You have to listen. And then you get around other people and you feel relaxed. You feel like I've known this person all my life.
Right. Yes.
And it's purpose connected with it. I've experienced that over and over again in my life, especially in some ministry connections and travel. I would meet these people, and I would just feel like I had known them all my life. And we would end up doing some of the most wonderful dance ministry, speaking events, things like that together. But I can always remember that feeling of peace I felt.
You know, Tracy brings up a great point, and I was thinking there in just those few seconds how truly we create a bondage, if you will, for ourselves when we unite ourselves with folks who are serving, who are in our lives to serve one purpose, but we take it to another level. We misinterpret the purpose.
Right. Exactly.
And it's not just romantic relationships, even in work relationships, etc. We find ourselves. You know, you get into a relationship where, you know, somebody says, "Hey, I got a room." You know, we're looking at houses right now because we're looking to relocate. And as we go to houses and meet these different people, it's amazing how in my heart, because I've been burned. It's not just about the house.
Right.
It's about the person behind the house, because I don't necessarily want to be in a situation where you're going to have me enslaved to you, some way, shape, or form around this house.
Right, exactly. I agree.
And
So, that is a wonderful point. I love that.
Lives.
And I always say a person can only be to you what God has created them to be.
And I want to say this.
Really,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just jump in there. But let me say this, that we also are confident that our God will keep us from those people who mean us no good. You know, some we do break down that door and engage, but then there are others where we are humble enough where he will step in and move those people from out of our lives. We don't have to do a thing or say a thing.
That's true.
It just happens.
Absolutely. And so the moral to the story is, as William said, when the door is closed, we are not going to pick the lock. We're just going to leave. I love that, William. I'm going to just leave that door closed.
Yes.
Amen.
Do not pick the lock. Do not jiggle the knob. The door is closed. And like I was saying, a person can only be to you what God has designed and created them to be.
Right.
Some people, so I'll switch it back to a relationship. Maybe there was something you were supposed to learn from a person. Maybe you were just supposed to be platonic friends. But if you keep trying to hang on to that and make that person a husband, he can never be a husband to you, because God did not create him for that.
And so let me ask the question for those of you in that situation: why are you surprised? Why are you disappointed? Why are you sitting there lamenting and just, you know, it just all upset because it's not working out? Hey, can't you see it wasn't meant to work out?
That's right.
And you've tried over and over and over in so many different ways to make it work, but yet it's not working. Why? Because Felicia just told you it was never meant to work that way.
That's right. That's right.
My goodness, I tell you, this
Okay,
good
you
stuff.
know what?
And the next thing that the other thing I connect with that is like, and William, I need you to be quiet. Don't you laugh when I say this.
Okay.
It's like you go to the store and you don't try on your outfit, and you get home and it's too tight. It ain't nothing you can do with that dress. You got to take that dress back. You cannot.
Shouldn't leave the store.
If that dress is too tight, it does not fit, you got to take the dress back. If the shoes start rubbing a certain way on your toe, it's not going to work out. And if you try to keep that shoe on, it's going to hurt your foot.
Indeed.
It's going to hurt you.
Indeed.
And when I shop, and I laugh because when I shop with my biological sisters, they don't like to try on nothing. And they hate happen with me because they're like, oh, God, Felicia's going to go try it on. And I'm like, no, I got to know, is this beneficial or am I wasting my time?
Right.
If it's too tight, it's snug, not getting it. But they'll just buy their stuff and they say, oh, I'll just bring it back later. But that's just, I just can't deal with that. I like to know, is this going to work for me?
But you know,
and
that
that's the way I look at it with people.
That sounds like a whole nother segment. So we're going to keep on pushing through this.
Is it true?
It is true.
Definitely.
It is. But you know,
we're
and I
going
say
to,
it sounds like a whole nother segment because some people could think that, okay, you said that I should try it
Try
on.
it on.
You know, so then
Yeah.
let me go ahead and try him
it
out,
on.
you know?
Yeah.
No,
But
we're
here
not-
we go. Here we go. I'll save you off the trouble. Here we go. Try the Spirit by the Spirit.
That's right. That's what the scripture says. That's what the scripture says. Okay, so we're going to go to the next segment.
Where you want to take us?
You need to have a clearing, and you need to prepare yourself and prepare your spirit to be healed. That's a big part of it. Being honest with yourself. How many times do we say, I don't know? You're crying. Why are you crying? I don't know. Yes, you do. Whenever we cry, whenever we are stressed, what is that? Never say to yourself, I don't know. Dig deep, get alone, get quiet, get open with God to say, what is it? Because what I want to share with you today is until you tap into what that thing is, what that fear is, what that lie is, what that stress is, what tells you that you never win, what tells you that you can never be, on top, that you can never succeed, whatever that thing is, you're going to have to look it square in the face and say, you're a liar. One of the lies that tried to come to attack me when I first became single was, you're going to be by yourself for the rest of your life. And you're going to go old and gray and be by yourself. I'm still not dyeing my hair yet. He's a liar. He lying? I ain't got one gray hair yet. He's lying. And I'm not alone. I'm never alone. And when I am in my house by myself now.
Hello now, the devil is a liar.
right. So a lot of things will be playing in our mind and in our head to make us believe that our life is not going to be great while we're in our aloneness or while we have transitioned and found ourselves releasing certain things. We think, I'm not going to be okay. Those voices come to say, you're going to be defeated. You're going to be old and gray and alone and nobody's going to... No, those things are not true.
Yeah.
Those things are not true.
That's great.
And there's a difference between being alone and lonely.
Yes.
Exactly. And the book I wrote on page 86, I talk about the clearing zone and how you clear out all the old things, all those negative things from the past, and you create a new path. You create new thoughts. You create new beliefs about yourself, and that's such a vital part of healing.
Yes, it is. That's great.
Wow. I even feel that settling in my spirit.
Where do you want to take us next?
I want to take you to segment number 9.
Oh, I think we're at 8.
We were at 8?
No, yeah, segment 8.
7. Yeah.
Okay.
But
you want to go to 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Really, you are the director because you're the only one that can say, cut. God's not going to do that for you. You have to do that. You have to say, look, cut this foolishness out. Let me stop acting like this. Let me stop thinking like this. Let me stop connecting with these people who are harmful to me. Let me stop. And for any person that is single, I was sharing with Donna, I said, I'm kind of glad little girls are going to go out because I want to talk about openings and how we open ourselves up to evil and confusion and craziness. And we know that our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and we don't own ourselves. We're owned by God. So sometimes when you're alone and you don't have certain people around you, rejoice. There's nobody, I'm just dealing with single folks right now. There's nobody tampering with you, bothering with you, and you can be, in quietness you can heal. I think about when you break a bone, you have to isolate it, brace it, cast it, so that it can heal properly. And we don't take the cast off every other day and go walk around and do what we want to do. We leave the cast on for the prescribed amount of time. And we don't get to choose. It's that doctor. So it's God who chooses how long you're going to be alone, how long you need to be isolated, how long you don't need to participate in certain things. When you allow people into your inner space, they bring what's in them with them. So what you have to start asking yourself, and even as a married person, not talking about sexually, but certain friends that you're going to allow around you. Because if they thinking, oh, he said what to you, girl, I wouldn't let him say. Or look, we're going through something, and you start confiding in somebody. You don't want the wrong counsel coming back in your spirit. You want a woman of God that's going to pray with you and tell you the truth and tell you to just quiet your flesh down and your attitude and to be patient with that man. You don't want somebody that's going to start giving you off at it. Well, what I would do, I would tell him, because you know the word too.
Hey,
that's good.
That is. I don't want people in my life. I'm very careful about who I connect with and what they say to me. And if I don't like it, or if I'm a little leery, I will let them know you don't have the authority to speak into my life. But I'll hear what you say,
right,
and I will judge it or weigh it. But you don't have that authority to speak in my life.
Exactly. Exactly. Because the way I say it is, God allows us free will. And like I said, you're the only one that can say cut, action, and he helps you select the cast that's going to be around you. Mm-hmm. But that is a key thing with being well and happy and in purpose, because when you have the wrong people around you, yes, nothing flows right.
That's right.
Yeah.
When those wrong people are around you, you almost feel sick. You don't feel well. You don't feel happy, because they bring an energy with them, mm-hmm, and a presence with them that's not beneficial to your life.
They suck the life right out of you.
And part of the problem is we're self-destructive. What mm-hmm do I mean? There was a song years ago, if loving you is wrong, okay, I don't want to be right. Mm-hmm. And too often we get hooked in that, well, I know this is wrong, but it feels so good. And it only feels good for a moment.
That's right.
A moment. And then when the moment is over, then you feel worse than you did before you got into the whole relationship.
And you just get deeper and yes, deeper, and years go by, and yes, pretty soon you're looking back, and it's, how did I spend this much time in this?
And here we go, and now talk about damaged goods.
Oh,
hello.
Yes.
So now there's so much damage done that if Mr. or Ms. Right did come along, you wouldn't be able to A, recognize them, B, receive them, and C, provide for them what they need.
Exactly. Not to mention,
and William, I am so glad that you said that, because when I coach people, one thing that I tell them is, do not allow this to remain in your life, because you're hindering your own future.
Yes.
And you're damaging something so deep inside of you. You're setting yourself back a year or two every time you allow that type of person in your life.
Yeah.
So you've made some advances, and then you let that wrong person around.
Yeah.
You don't say cut. I mean, because really when we meet certain people, you can tell after, a few interactions with that person who they are.
Right.
And how they're going to treat you. You start to sense and pick up.
Right.
their behavior, how they're going to treat you. So once you start seeing, I don't think this is okay, you can say cut. And the old thing, cut your losses. Let go. Sure, maybe you've invested some time or energy, but go ahead and cut it before you go too deep. It's just not worth it.
And that's the problem that you mentioned this earlier, Felicia. We rush things.
Right.
And typically, within 2 months on the average, they say 2 months, you can tell. You have a clue.
Exactly. And
2 months test.
I had shared last month about Dr. Sonia Stribling on Facebook, and she talked about, the things that you should start, like your checklist. You should start looking at things to say, not that you're going to create this whole list of how a person, what they should be, but it should be some things on your list that are deal breakers. If they're not treating you properly, if they're not speaking to you with respect, go ahead and cut that loss. And I was telling a friend of mine last week, she said, I get too close too quick. And I start unveiling and sharing deep places in my heart. I said, no. When you meet somebody, they're on interview. You're interviewing them to see if they even get to come in to your life.
Boy, you get ready.
Not unveiling yourself.
I'm telling you.
You're about to get me started because, see, in interviews, whether it be for the job or the relationship, part of the problem is that you're going into the interview in desperation mode.
Right.
See, and that's that's the wrong posture to take from jump. The way you go into any interview is, I have something to offer you. You'd be crazy to let me walk out of here without some sort of commitment. But at the same time, this is a two-way interview.
That's right.
Let me see what it is you bring to the table to make me say I'd be crazy to leave you here.
I'm telling you, women, you got to practice. This is not beneficial to me. You have to practice saying that. If they can't bring it to the table, it's just not a benefit.
You're right. It's like, it's the interview. It really is. And, you're not desperate. I call it thirsty women, thirsty men. No, you're not thirsty. You're interviewing to see, are there things that are filled with purpose and benefit for my life? Not just taking a person because somebody is there. What are you bringing to the table, as you said, Tracy? What are you bringing into my life? Because whatever is in that person's life, when you union yourself with that person, whatever is going on in them becomes a part of your life. It's just like if they already have a child.
That's right.
And that's not a bad thing.
Necessarily.
If that man or that woman has a child, they come into your life. It's a package deal. Yes, that child is coming into your life if you're doing it the right way.
That's a totally different dynamic that you have to deal with. And if you go into that relationship thinking that it's about me and him or me and her, you're a fool. Okay?
Right.
Okay, our time is coming close, so
let's hit I want to go to number 9.
Okay. While Mike is syncing that up, so how were the women receiving this message? Because a lot of them are in denial.
They received the message so well. At the end of the session, they said, I felt like I have been rinsed and cleansed. And we had a deep time of prayer with them, and they were so excited. And we got a lot of wonderful feedback from it.
That's
okay.
great.
Okay. All
That's
right.
Great.
Whew.
On our stage, who are the cast members that you're going to allow to come and be around you? Very important. And when it's a single woman and it comes to men that you allow in your space, you better know that there's purpose connected to that. If I don't sense any purpose, I don't talk to you. You're not calling me. You're not texting me. You're not emailing me. You're not doing nothing. I'm not giving you my energy. And spirits and issues come in through openings. What you look at, what you listen to, and other openings. I just won't go there. And even this opening. Who exchanging saliva with you. You don't have any purpose in my life. Why am I letting some of your DNA come in my body? What? What? And it's an opening. There's a chemical release in your brain called oxytocin. So when you're kissing somebody, it's a chemical that makes you feel like you're in love. Because God knew you wasn't going to be kissing on nobody that he didn't design for you to be intimate with. So when you start kissing and sucking and all, I just want to get real. You're opening yourself up, and then you be wondering, why did I get this person off my mind? Or I know he crazy, and I really don't want to be bothered with him no more. I really want him to leave me alone. But you didn't exchange some DNA with this person.
You gave us a heavy.
I mean, we're calling it the DNA exchange.
Uh-huh.
And if I was on forensic files and I was trying to figure out what happened to you and why you crazy in your head, you got Roger, Peter, Bill, and Sam's DNA inside of you.
All
Right.
up in
That's-
here,
and
up
that's-
in here.
that's
You're
right.
like, what is wrong with me? You got too close. You gave too much of yourself
Yeah.
to somebody. You didn't honor the interview.
That's right.
Yes.
I think that was part of your February discussion too, and we even went a little bit deeper to talk about the DNA that a male's DNA
Yes.
stays within the woman for the rest of her life.
That's amazing.
It's a part of her
Yeah.
being, her
Yeah.
cell.
Yeah.
This
Right.
is serious. Like you said, I don't want to be slobbing on somebody and you're not
Right.
for me.
You didn't hear me off camera there while the tape was rolling. I said to Tracy, I said, you meet somebody and you say, hey, I want you to meet my friend Tracy. She's got a Q-tip for you.
I can swab. I can find out what's wrong.
She's going to swab your cheek for me.
So, we really need to slow down.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
And and then let alone if the person has a commitment phobia. So you're doing all of these things,
commitment.
and they don't want to be
right.
committed.
That's
And then, like William said, you're sitting there wondering, well, why didn't this work out? They never even wanted to be committed in a committed relationship.
Right.
So you end up hurting and injuring yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think we have maybe a few more minutes. Do you have any
amazing.
more slides that you like, segments you like us to view?
I think it was 7. That was the last one, right?
Okay.
Okay, so Felicia, one of the things, as Mike cues that up, that I was thinking about earlier was the fact that you've got to take action because thinking about it is great, realizing it is good, but at some point you got to take action. And I had a student once who really just broke down and was crying about her situation, what her life looked like, and it wasn't so much about a romantic relationship, just life in general, and the people that were in her life, and I helped her get to a place where she found space, and she said, but you don't understand, I don't have time. And I said, you got to find 7 minutes every day just for you.
Right.
And then,
Exactly.
and number 2,
Exactly.
you got to
That's
put
it.
you got to put a sign up on your door. And so I said 7 minutes and a sign.
Okay.
And within 2 weeks, Tracy, Felicia, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, within 2 weeks, the woman came into my class. She was dressed. Her hair was done. She was smiling. I almost didn't recognize her because she had actually done what I told her to do, and it changed her life. And with that, Mike,
because you're one decision, one thought away from healing.
That's
when you
right.
change one thought, it can change your whole life.
All right, let's take a look at that slide.
Feel alone because what do I do with myself? Where do I go? What in the world? I gotta be my own best friend. I gotta be my movie buddy now. I really didn't know what to do. But God knew what to do. Amen. So I went ahead and I on purpose would be by myself. Because I was like, you're getting ready to go on a long road here. And it's going to be bumpy and it ain't going to be pretty. But one thing I wasn't going to do, I wasn't going to be scared. And you are not going to torment me in my house when I'm by myself. You are not going to make me feel bad because I don't have a soulmate or a partner. You're not going to make me rush back into something that is not God. I am going to heal, and I am not going to be a statistic. I didn't fit the profile. I didn't have that abusive woman syndrome, that thing. It didn't, because you say something to me, I'm like, what
That's
you
right.
say?
That's right.
Y'all, I had to go. Trust. I had to go. I had to get out. Because y'all didn't need to see me in some orange PJs. I had to leave. So, and I'm so happy that I can laugh about it now. But being alone was the best thing that could have happened to me. So I want you to set your stage. Be honest with yourself.
Wow, excellent.
So you're never alone. And as we said, you're one thought away from healing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Great segment.
Exactly. I love this. And we just didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because we're coming back with Felicia, our certified healing coach, next month for the mental health segment, and Dr. Michelle should be back with us as well.
All right.
But next week is the financial health segment. That's mine, and I have invited all of the broadcasters to come to the table, so all 7 of us will be here. Or everybody. Yeah. We're going to be here, and we got a special topic that we're going to run through to show you how the health tenets begin to interact over one issue that may be involved in your life. So between now and then, come back. Yes. We want you to be safe, be smart, and be healthy. Bye-bye.
Hey! Like this because I can, and I wear my hair like this because I can, and I walk around like this because I can, and I do my thing like this because it's who I am. And if you expect me to give you an apology for being nothing that you're used to, go right on ahead and wait, hold your breath and concentrate, keep holding till your face turns blue. My road ain't your road, but just unknown. To the beat of a drummer you don't hear and you can't see. So if I look off beat to you, well the problem must be you, not me. Irregular but never